And onward we go to example number 2. So this time again, I'm letting you know at the very top that this is going to be an equation that has an answer of infinite solutions. But when you are actually, calculating or figuring this out when you're doing your math problems, it's not going to tell you before you start that it's infinite solutions. So you're going to have to figure that out by interpreting the answer. So we're going to start this example just like we would any other example. We see that it's an equation and that it has variables actually on both sides. So we have to start breaking it down so we can isolate the variables. So I'm going to go ahead and put my wall. There we go. And looking at my left side, I've just got a -5 and another term, -9x. But on the right side, I definitely see a parentheses behind that 3. So I'm going to go ahead and cherry bomb or distribute that first. So I'm going to distribute the 3 to the 1. So 3 times 1 is equal to 3. And 3 times the -3x is going to be -9x. That takes care of my distribution. Now I have to bring down everything else that's in this problem also. So I'm bringing down the -8 over here. And then on my left, I have to bring down the -5 minus the 9x. So now let's look at the terms that we have, and we want to find our variable terms because we want to combine those and get them all as one. So as I look through, I'm going to identify any term that has an x on it. I see that this term, -9x, has a variable on it. And I see this term, -9x, has a variable on it. And I can also see that what I have left on both sides are terms that are just constants. So on my left side, I only have one constant, but on my right side, I've got +3 and -8. So I'll also need to be combining those. So let's go ahead and combine the +3 and the -8. +3 minus 8, we would subtract them and it's bigger, so it's a -5. And I'm just going to bring everything else down. And now I can look specifically at those variable terms. So if I want to get rid of a -9x over here on the right, I need to perform the inverse operation, which is the opposite. So opposite of -9 would be add 9. So we're, instead of subtracting 9x, we're going to add 9x. And if I do that to one side, in order to keep it equal or balanced, I would need to add 9x to this side also, which means we're going to cancel these out. -9x plus 9x equals 0. But also over here on the left side, -9x plus 9x is equal to 0. So I'm left on this side with a -5 is equal to, and on this side I have a -5. So now when I read this statement, a -5 is equal to -5, that is a true statement. So because before we had two numbers that were not equal to each other, that meant it had no solution. Because a -5 is equal to -5, this means that this equation has infinite solutions. No matter what number we plug in for x, it's going to give us the same answer on both sides. So the answer is infinite solutions.